What's going on, guys? JayeDeBlack here. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about this messy or starting to get messy divorce that still has not been settled after about 2 years between former NFL player Bobby McCray and Khadijah Haqq. Now, Khadijah is the sister of Malika, who are known to be friends of the Kardashians, particularly Khloe, right? Y'all saw the reality show that Khloe had. She was right there with her. And she has a sister. I didn't really know about until maybe a couple years after she got with Bobby. Now, Bobby McCray played 7 years in the NFL. He earned about 11 million. They say his net worth is 10 million. But he retired in 2010. As a matter of fact, Bobby McCray actually married her the year he retired from the NFL or left the NFL, right? That's when him and Khadijah got together. So the NFL career was over by the time they got married. They dated for 3 years, met in 2007. Now they have 3 children together, and he filed for divorce, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby McCray had enough of marriage with her, and he filed for divorce. And now there's a new story going on where she's claiming to be broke and that she's borrowing money from friends. This is what's going on with Khadijah. She is claiming that she cannot support herself, so she had to go and find friends to help her financially. The funniest thing about this is that Khadijah apparently has a $2 million net worth. Bobby, as I said, I looked it up. It could be totally wrong, right? Has a $10 million net worth, but it could be wrong, right? But she actually makes money. According to this article, they actually broke down how much she's actually making, because now she's asking for $2,000 a month in spousal support. And she's also asking the court to, choose what the child support is. She's not even putting a number out there. She's telling the courts, you decide, right? And Bobby himself actually asked for spousal support from her because she is out here making money. She's cool with the Kardashian Jenners. Reportedly, she has a $2 million net worth. And this article actually breaks down all her income. She even has a endorsement deal with Raising Cane's, but she's on the internet wanting people to think that she ain't got no money and she's borrowing money from people to support her lifestyle. If you're actually making money like she is and you're borrowing money, maybe you're living a lifestyle you can't afford. But I understand you're around the Kardashian Jenners, you have to keep up appearances, but if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. And if you're borrowing money, it's because you're trying to have a certain lifestyle upkeep. Now, people will say, well, she's used to a certain lifestyle with Bobby. Her and Bobby got divorced in 2024. They got divorced in 2024. They haven't been together since 2024. If she's borrowing money, it's 100% for money for her to spend because she's actually making money. But let's get into this article here. Khadijah is requesting child and spousal support from her estranged husband, Bobby McCray. According to court documents obtained by People, the girl star, who's 43, is seeking child and spousal support from McCray for their 3 kids, Christian, Celine, and Capri. She is asking for $2,000 a month in spousal support and a one-time payment of $100,000 to cover her legal fees. Now, Khadijah is also asking the court to determine how much the former Philadelphia Eagles defensive end, who's 45, should pay in child support. Khadijah claims that her family primarily relied on McCray's income, although she earned minimal residuals and was occasionally paid for small projects because she worked in entertainment. Really? Small projects? Okay. Reps for both Khadijah and McCray did not immediately respond to People's requests for comment. In the documents, the mom of 3 explains that their family had always lived in a single family residence and grew up having 2 cars. they would take their kids on at least one domestic or an international vacation per year and would often go to restaurants for meals or order in. The former couple's kids went to private school, and Khadijah said they paid significant amounts for each kid to participate in extracurricular activities. We had minimum to no debt and did not need to live off credit card, which I have to rely upon now to make ends meet, she writes. She explains that she now is unable to earn enough money to maintain the marital standard of living. I wonder what that standard is. Khadijah said that she's been primarily responsible for the care of their kids and claimed that Bobby is neither consistently in California where they live, nor does he have a set schedule to see the children. She claims in the filing that the little to no help from McCray, she's been unable to dedicate time to finding work since she's been working as a full-time parent. Khadijah also says that she had to take loans from friends and family to make ends meet. For example, my sister deposited approximately $8,000 into my bank account, says Khadijah, in 2025 so that I could pay for our living expenses. I have also had to borrow monies from friends to pay for same. I'm greatly appreciative for the support that I have received in our time of need and intend to repay these financial loans. That's not her. Khadijah adds to the filing that her ex is more than capable of both meeting his own monthly expenses while also contributing to her and the children's monthly expenses. McCray, who receives significant income from the NFL every month due to his disability and annuity payments, also gets monthly SSA derivative payments for the benefit of the children, but Khadijah has not received them for their youngest child. Khadijah says that McCray has an obligation to support his children and that he has failed to do so. McCray filed for divorce from her, Khadijah, in August of 2024, nearly a year after the two first announced their split. The former couple, who tied the knot in 2010 and were married for 13 years. Now, I want to go to this article quick, and we're going to talk about income, right? The girl star filed court documents in Los Angeles on Monday requesting financial assistance for the couple's 3 kids. She says that she's been primarily responsible for supporting the children since the couple separated in 2023. According to documents, she claims that McCray receives approximately $18,000 per month from disability payments, an annuity, and related social security benefits from his retirement from the NFL. She also alleges that he has an NFL 401k worth $765,000. She says her own income is less consistent. She reportedly earns $25,000 per episode for her appearances on the new Hulu reality series backed by Khloe Kardashian with 6 episodes that amounts to $150,000. But I thought you ain't got no money. So you're making $150,000 from this show, but you claim you ain't got no money, you broke? The reality star also disclosed additional earnings, including $7,500 from social media consulting for Below Deck and $25,000 from 2 Raising Cane's appearances in 2025. That's very recent, family. This heifer don't save no money. She has not invested anything, but you're borrowing from people. I thought you just wasn't making no income, right? But she's obviously earning money. What she does with the money, I don't know. She says she also earns money through residuals, brand partnerships, and social media work. Well, she might want to get to work and start working harder, because trying to nickel and dime this man for money is crazy. However, she claims her income does not cover her household expenses and the costs associated with raising her children. She alleged that McCray has provided less than $3,000 towards expenses since their separation and has not paid spousal support, leaving her with significant debt, forcing her to seek financial assistance from family and friends. Family, I want y'all to look at the numbers I just showed y'all. $150,000 in a year from the Hulu show. $7,500 from social media consulting, and $25,000 from 2 Raising Cane's appearances. Where did that money go? If you're getting that money, why would you need to borrow money from you are living an expensive lifestyle. That's the problem, Khadijah. You're living an expensive lifestyle. Somebody needs to sit her down and say, listen, you don't need to go on shopping sprees. You don't have to get a new iPhone every year. You don't have to get your hair done every other week, right? You don't have to go on vacations. You don't even have to go on vacation every year, especially if you ain't got it. It's very clear to me that she's does not know how to save money or invest money. She's a spender. She gets money and she spends it. You could say being in a marriage is what did that to her. Maybe it did. But you can't be out here borrowing money from people when you clearly have income coming in. It's my opinion. I don't think Bobby's a millionaire right now. Maybe he has money in the bank, but I mean, he retired in 2010. Bobby McCray retired in 2010. Now, Bobby McCray actually responded to this. I believe he posted this on his Instagram. I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me see if I can show y'all his Insta. He posted this on his Instagram, so y'all know it's not a random post. It says BS. BS is an informal or often offensive term. Means non-consent, lies, or insincere, exaggerated talk. So I'm assuming that he's responding to what she has to say, because he probably knows this woman isn't broke like that. She's getting money, but she's not getting enough for her lifestyle. So she's on here telling everybody that she's struggling when she probably ain't struggling like that. She's making money, and women brag about all these opportunities that they have. They brag about, their degrees. They brag about how they're the biggest, especially black women, how they are the fastest, or the top entrepreneurial group. Well, she needs to get to being an entrepreneur instead of looking to him 2 years after the breakup to still fund her. Y'all notice these women, these women have millions of followers on social media. You look at their page, they trying to show off this lifestyle, but then they're in court talking about they broke. What are you talking about? Now, I know that, people portray lifestyles they don't live, but I think a lot of these women are just horrible with money. And they're actually making money, just spend it. And she wants him to pick up the slack when she's spending money. She wants him to take care of the household expenses while her money is used to go and do whatever with. That's what she wants, by the way. Now, Bobby should take care of his children. I'm not here to say that he shouldn't pay child support. He should absolutely take care of his children. But I just think that what she's saying, I mean, y'all been separated for 2 years. Why hasn't the divorce been settled? Why haven't you filed any motions since then? Did you think you and Bobby would get back together? Were you in a better financial place then when y'all separated? So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me thoughts, like if you don't share it. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I'll see y'all next time.